much. That was, I was trying to combine Dinko and YNK. Thank you very much, fellas at the desk. Heading into a big one, and yes, it could very well be the conclusion. We'll get to see some smokes deployed on a pistol, no less. T-start for ENCE, and a fight with the bomb carrier could get messy. Look at this, Hampus, the fact he's even survived, gets a fresh clip, and does take them both down. What a start. Wow. He had so much on his plate, Chad, so much responsibility, and he converts.
He even turned his bottom at the there, yeah, flashed him. Gave him the old mooning right there. Now turning away.
I'll get you a red card.
Yeah, turning away on the pistol round. We know just how difficult it is to hit the back of the head. So a defensive maneuver out of Hampus in Warehouse. But Plopsky with these battle jewelies up close and personal, getting some action done as well. And we're going to see more of them, right? A cheaper price point. People are flirting with them a lot more. You've seen them come out more often than not on these pistol rounds, especially on a map like Nuke. So you better grow to love them. But here we go, the force buy for ENCE. And we know that they like it quick. Molly of their own design here to guarantee the smoke wall, and across they go, quick as you like, straight on down towards Secret. Multiple members. They make it down almost completely unscathed.
You'll hear this. Rotations required. Spinks does not hesitate to execute Plopsky, hero of the previous. ENCE.
Spotted.
Yeah, and he's already gone down. Just as easy as that. The site is overrun, and ENCE with a fantastic start to this force buy.
Vice is thinking about saving.
Hampus is not. Definitely not, and he's not going to have the chance. Holding on for what little he could. There's some serious weapon upgrades to be found here, Chad. If Hades could just hold on, he's been hunted down. But that's at least 2 M4s.
Okay, well, nice little bounce back here. RE's just going to farm as much cash as he can. If they keep coming his way, I'm sure he will love the 1600, the 600 again and again.
Oh, it was a FAMAS, mind you, so Diha equipped and Snappy as well with the FAMAS. What a quick way to do it, and also the spacing was great. You saw how basically Hampus had run out of bullets by the time the tail of that secret descent was across, but having someone just charging in, it was Diha who did manage to open up the site as well.
It always seems to be the case with these guys here that there will be Spinks in lobby who drops the Molotov into the vent, and that stops the quickest rotation point. So the only way that you can deal with rotating lower to deal with a secret play like this is your ramp player going lower. Now, I want you guys to think how that plays into future rounds. Because if that means the ramp player has to drop lower, where are you going to start heading if it's a fake? Towards ramp, expecting that to be more susceptible. So these are the mind games, those CT side rotations we like to talk about with a map like Nuke. Back into the force by Rez. Been able to get himself an M4, an MP9 looking good in Plopsky's hands. And the rest have got some pistol upgrades here to work with. Device extra for an AWP as soon as he can. But they'd love to win this one back.
Oh yeah, that's a nice counter. Molly, ahead of it.
Has to fight.
Has to. Stands. Diha, spotted. Does want to finish him off. For deny, vision and info. Was he alone? I think he was, and the sound is enough. A step from Diha. Rez executes through. So top util is prepared. Device will be safe and ready to deal with any presence out of the hut. Rez just contesting openly. He's got the only real big gun. Flash again for the refight. Spinks ahead of it, losing his head, and now an issue. They have got the bomb down the vents. Doto would have to, survive was the how that sentence was intended to finish.
Can't plant at least, so that's the bonus, but can he clutch? 31 points of health, AK in hand, and 4 to find.
Don't fancy his chances. Needed a clean one there, and okay, a small glimmer of hope in the spacing there from the ninjas, but looks like the force buy wars are on in a big way. And those M4s, they were only temporary, they were rented. You know, ENCE, they just went for
borrow them.
Yeah, we could all take an hour. We'll take 1 hour, €5 an hour, go take them out for a spin.
Lending them out. Now, just having a look, obviously, NIP, they've been on quite the trot, haven't they? 10 matches in a row, 5 of which were best of ones, and the other 5 have been best of threes. This would be 11 in a row for them, and it would be a best of 5 to add to that list. So this is a great time, especially with that major not too far away now to start hitting, I don't want to say their peak, but hitting form, right? Because it has been rocky. Right? Remember the ZTR situation, obviously Hampus and Co not knowing exactly who's going to be in the roster, but here we go again. Decent looking buy for ENCE now. Scout and Deagle, the biggest emissions. The rest have got rifles at least. It's one Galil, and down the vent they'll tuck early. Oh, Device, nice little spot behind that aircon unit. Oh, and he didn't get anything done.
Yeah, he got really concerned that someone had slipped Unbreakable and exposes himself to Snappy, so a dead Device.
And a lot of room now to work with here. Oh, on the fade. LNZ, that's sharp. Snappy on the trade. Still a bit spotty, though.
Certainly, I mean, Hades Scout.
Oh!
Missing the mark, and Rez, yeah, punishing this group up. Snappy did everything he could to get them into this, but it's going to be the NIP boys to take Doto out of it. You know where Rez is. If you do start to engage, Hampus are likely to strike, and they'll do that ahead of the pack. So NIP will get everything and its conversions. This is as good as winning the pistol.
Yeah, hopefully, like, they don't get too frustrated there. Hades being the key one, because the teammates there trying to trade, right? He's not trying to block you. He's wanting to assist you the best he can. But that little pile up there that we had top secret was the undoing of this. You can see it from this angle here. Rez with a lot of impact within the early stages of the CT side. And look, there's a real conversation that this could go a third map, right? I'm sorry, a fifth map. And that's because Vitality absolutely destroyed NIP on this map yesterday. Don't forget, it was ownage, carnage.
Don't hear you use that one lightly.
No.
All right, first test for Linus. Now, he doesn't have the incendiary, so it's unlikely that he wants to stick around. Just wants to dunk the nade. Very quick space being taken.
Flank and a half here.
Yeah, he even fired off a warning shot. Snappy will alert his teammates. No one reacts. That silencer. He second guessed it, I suppose. Snappy has to hunt for this, and he's got the Tech 9 expert.
Another one.
Yep. Weapon recovered. He's been loud about that. Quick to the draw. It's a good spray as well. Looks like a no-scope was involved in Device's success. He's dealt with any of the threat. And NIP, yeah, definitely looking to be getting off to that dream start.
Now, we're hearing a lot of yells through the walls right now. That means one or two things, guys. Just that B stream, obviously, the Movistar Riders versus G2. That's the 5th place decider match going on over there. Both teams are locked in for the major. G2 securing themselves a Legends status spot. But it's 15-14 right now in favor of the Movistar Riders, and we're a little bit behind on the scoreboard. So it likely means that either G2 have taken it to OT, or the Movistar Riders, the Spaniards, have picked up a big win here.
Well, imagine another Sun Pius clutch on match point.
Oh, it was. It was a Sun Pius 1-on-3 to 16-14. So there you go. That's a big one over there. Sun Pius, a bit of a revelation at this LAN.
Yeah, one of the standouts for sure.
Maybe a name for the future here, and definitely so at that major. But here we go, just the pistols and across towards Secret. Aware. And punished. Hampus ready and raring for that one. 5-1 looking likely here, unless these Deagles can start to find a head or two. Doto flashed, and I don't know if Hampus is going to clear this one out. Doto will have a window of opportunity here, but how aware is he? Going to pass each other like ships in the night. Oh.
Red, says Snappy.
Yeah, but Doto's still not able to find him here. So he's passed. Nobody knows exactly where Doto is until he makes a sound cue. He will have to drop off, and Rez is below him, so they are going to know where he is very soon.
Well, Loud Device will tempt Doto down. Looking for the strike. He's got 2 backs turned and 2 heads already. Chops them off with the Deagle, the toes of Plopsky. Just a little too hard for him to handle. And so, yeah, a little bit of damage. That might have repercussions into the piece, but NIP set for success. That's 4 in a row.
You're going to be scratching your head a little bit there, like, wait, is he baiting Snappy top silo? What's going on, right? Why'd he let him kill Snappy with the bomb there? But not the end of the world, and 5-1 with the AKs coming back out. No Hades AWP. Let's see the pace events here. Fans now. Just a little golf clap, understanding business getting taken care of. Limp Smoke Yard, both teams deploying one to lurk around. Attention drawn towards the top site here, and a pounce looking likely because Hampus is going to have info, and Snappy's even found Device. Okay.
Oh, Diha. Oh, nearly. Yes, he does find the head of Hampus, and Diha contributing in buckets and spades. 3 could very well be 4, and yeah, he looks great. Some good shooting to put the second on the board from ENCE. You can count on Diha to find impact on this T side.
Well, that was just like the House of Cards getting knocked on over there. You see Device die, and then everybody else quickly followed. I don't even know where Snappy found that. Oh, well, lucky the replay does. Straight into that hut position, and every other kill looked easy as you like. Diha's AK, an absolute laser beam to the dome. Headshot after headshot. And now they're in this one. Money, not fantabulous for NIP right here. They can stomach another buy. It is LNZ who's looking rough on that Deagle. Everybody else with the rifles, and maybe the Device AWP will get a chance to shoot this time round. It's It's another different look from ENCE, right? Normally we see them doing more top stuff or making sure they're doing the different smoke walls. Here it's a new look, so I'm loving the diversity in their T-side play.
Wow, Hampus. He does not want to give them a way in. His aggression's well timed so far, but he will surely not be ready for Spinks. How did he slip down here so quick? Must have been Vent. So he's actually rumbled the defense, and now space. He wants to surge forward. Diha parked in the warehouse. He's advancing to get that sound cue to lead Device to have to be concerned about his flank.
LNZ's coming here, but with the Deagle, is he really wanting to clear this?
It's such a hard clear. Like, Diha's surely got an advantage. Oh, he turns around, gets it across the line.
Almost made a meal of that, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Spinks was hanging out. He had that low site access. The door was open for a while, so Rez isn't going to be too aggressive with his clear.
If Spinks aggresses here, he can put himself in a power position now.
It's a nice deep smoke. He could even push through.
Oh, if he sits in it and on the timing as they slink through that left-hand side, he could punish in the back, but it all comes down to how fast NIP want to go with this retake. Cavalry arriving and Rez aware, but the bullet's not tagging.
Oh, big from Spinks. Got any more for us? Yeah, they're pushing in, and ZLNZ with an important contribution. Hades gets in and gets out, playing with the doors, playing with the time. Spots one ramp, but distracted enough. Device does find his 6th. NIP finding that as well. So back to their winning ways, and we haven't been able to see ENCE with anything in consecutive fashion just yet.
It did get dicey there for a second, though, didn't it? Felt like it could have fallen apart. Now, I mentioned that Vitality game for NIP just the other day. It was a 16-5 hiding. NIP chose to pick that map. They only managed 4 T-side rounds, and then they managed the CT side pistol, and that was it for their 5 in total. So now that they're starting off on the CT side stronger, it's giving them an opportunity to have a case to pick this one up in 4 maps.
Yeah, the way Threat described it when he was talking to him in the post-match about what happened and what went wrong was they kind of blinked and they were down 6-0, and then they did manage to claw themselves back in until Apex essentially just won a round with a CZ on top site.
Yeah, he mauled them. Apex was having a fantastic game, and well, Defiance has been having a fantastic tournament. Keeps that up. Doesn't allow Diha to get away.
Yeah, and by buying time with the Flame, he should have info on this cross, but Snappy, playing a dangerous game, he's got secret.
Oh. Spot on each other right there. So warning shots fired out between Plopsky and Doto. Just flirting with the idea of committing to that duel. Now still a lot of time on the clock here for ENCE. Hard round to win now, and with the util they have, it is most likely going to have to be more about the bodies than a crazy cool execute. LNZ playing anti-flash. Snappy working on the lower control, but has to deal with Hampus. That molly's a good start.
Oh, so much responsibility, and they can. The AWP is rotating up, and just in the nick of time, they get down there. Hades had the bomb, though, so he's lucky to have gotten away with just the tag.
Hampus here, power position.
Oh, yeah, he needs 2. And he can still find it. Doto wants to get his nades out. The wallbang promising. Can't finish it immediately. Now they have the site. Plopsky and Device. Either extremity. Device dinked. Trying to suggest he's falling back, that Plopsky perhaps could catch.
Oh, open window. He's here quick as well.
Kill, yeah.
Bomb halfway tick. Device
is out
yard. He's left Plopsky hanging here a little bit.
This is a very common safe spot for T's if they don't want to feel safe leaving the site, so perhaps he's going to try and really make this one hurt financially. He is leaving. Here they come. There they go. That's the AWP, and it is retrievable. Doto should have just enough time. Dark is
run.
Really not an intimidating bomb, is it? They tuned it down after a while.
Tune it up. Get him out of there. Make sure, in the save meta, make sure they have to run away so the CTs can at least punish, right?
Like, imagine if they had to be, like, concerned about trophy in hell when they're leaving ramp. Like, that's the kind of place you have to be. Yeah, whole different meta, though.
Well, what it would do is it would mean that the Ts, right, once they take these sites and the CTs are saving, it's a chance to punish them. You're going to lose the round, but you can try and stay on top of that economy. Regardless, that's a conversation for a different platform.
Yeah, certainly.
Devices AWP, the beacon of hope in round number 10, and How hopeful are we that he finds a kill or two here? A smoke has already... Guys, the vision. Don't worry about the AWP. That's the Deagle. Spinks is down, and we know he patrols lobby.
What a device. No issues with Silo. Snappy just had a little look and loses his life. Now Doto tucked in tight to main. Could catch a timing again. The Finn has been good for these. Device aware.
That's the bomb loose.
He's starting to heat up now. A double in this round. 9, could be 10. Just maneuvering perfectly, perfectly repositioning. He's ready for another.
That's a masterclass.
Absolutely. The fallback off. He gets the info, confirms it with the repeak, knows where you are at every turn. Hades just booked. And he's not greedy. He'll wait for Plopsky to confirm it. There is 7. And NIP, yeah, definitely a different team on this map today than they were against Vitality.
Yeah, great stuff from Device. That's textbook, right? That's beautiful stuff right there from him. All right, if you were going to prescribe to a course and learn how to AWP, that's exactly what you want to do. Just being able to be so active with the 1 saved gun, 3 kills, turns it into a round. Poor Hades right there. No way out for him. Oh, a bit of the foot pedals right there. People having some fun on the fan cams. IEM.gg/fancam. This could be the final map if you want to join on in for any of that fun. Snappy's got the only rifle here to work with for the next round of play. And ENCE, they're not desperate for rounds just yet, but they want to keep things competitive here. A plant, that would be fantastic. Something to go along with that $2,400 loss bonus. A flash being lined up from Dodo. We've seen him throw this a couple times. Now the crosshair won't be moved. Lines it up with a marker on the wall, and now he can release and throw.
Minus. The device is babysitting nicely. And now the cross. The line in the sand is drawn. Line is still contributing, at least for the first. And now it's getting a little uncomfortable. Tagged up Hades, knocks his shoes off. The wallbang ain't far off. Plopsky here to clear. And oh, wow, Doto's bomb still hard committed to trophy. So returning to lobby's a death sentence.
He's aware that that space is likely being taken, though. You can see the tight angle that he's currently opting to hold, and now starting to get a little bit of a wriggle onto his teammates here. He has a smoke, and that could be instrumental in the lower site take. Rez is currently lower. And it's round towards heaven. They pivot. That's a brave maneuver. It is Device in warehouse holding this very, very passive line, and teams going up the ladder. It's not hugely likely, but, well, here we go. Straight on up.
Exciting. And it is the perfect call in terms of getting that bomb down uncontested.
Real chance to win this round now.
Yeah, this should be a difficult one for NIP to overcome. Plopsky coming in from the lobby. Oh, a loud reload. So pressure starts from that hut position. Their after-plan positions look great.
There's vent as well. This is a horrible way to retake the site here, especially with them on those rafters.
He's not opting to flash. Maybe he can get one out for the hut player. Oh, and he gets away at least. Does eat his flash. No frags yet. Time is getting a bit of a problem. Trying to bait. Does set Plopsky up. They need to be striking now. And time just a little too short here. Rez with another good one. Doto, just by existing, has done enough. And ENCE will take it. Great recovery. I mean, don't forget how that started. It looked like they were running into a 3-man ramp hold. And they find two of the 3.
That's crazy, right? And you can understand why Device is taking that position right there. The only one that would have been better in that scenario was maybe all the way back towards CT spawn, which would have meant he was so detached from the pack if it was going to be another point of contact.
Imagine his face when he sees the smoke on that from CT spawn.
But going up ladder is so risky, right? I guess this is about understanding CT-sided rotations. So those little details there of, okay, well, it's likely they've put a player lower, it's likely they've got lobby control, and Device passive. If it was the open they went up the ladder, then likely takes one shot and maybe traded. So you can really start to understand the decision-making here and how they made that choice. But they have taken a timeout, and Saw getting on the microphone here to chip on in. Now, they did win a round they shouldn't have, and this is where they're in a position now to maybe pound on that pain. Money for NIP starting to be siphoned away here. And it has been 5 rounds in a row of back and forth Counter-Strike. We'll make it 6. Round for round. NIP looking to find their next. 2 Pyjamas, 2 M4s, that AWP once more. And there's probably conversations right now because I am just floating around the spawn for ENCE. And, well, because everybody went down with that whole sinking ship of that round win, Spinks and Snappy, they don't have enough for AK head armor with util. They might have enough for Galil's, which we're seeing bought into now, to go with the Utah, but it doesn't feel great. So maybe they were having a conversation, do we want to go for Mac 10s into a hard top? We do know that they like that type of a play, but here with the Galil's, it means that maybe they stick to something a little bit more regular, more of the smoke walls, more of the crawling and playing the space, a bit more like a chessboard. But an important round within the game here. Now, if it continues to be back and forth, that's all good, but it seems likely if ENCE can get this one, they can break NIP and they can find themselves in touching distance. Up in the vent. Doesn't seem like the best place for that weapon, but the only place for Device to rotate right now. And ramp, they go again.
ENCE, good for it. Very vulnerable though, and I can't believe he's stuck around. Yeah, okay, well, that's the sight.
Punished.
Big punish. You see the Device puts himself in the best position, the bullet just shy. Oh, loved Molly. He's really not had the best day into round 12.
D has a massive problem here. I don't know if they'll expect this late secret.
Very late secret, but if they both die, perhaps it doesn't matter. He's going to have to pick up the pace on this. A 2v4 established, make it just Deha, and now they know. Now they know. Bomb's about half gone. He'd love a weapon, doesn't need anything else. The Galil works wonders for the first two. And a recovery from the ninjas in Pyjamas. It looked like ENCE had once again got the space necessary.
All right, well, we go back and forth again here. This one ain't slowing down between these two teams. They took a timeout to discuss that one through ENCE. Didn't get what they were looking for here. You wonder, Linus is probably thinking, are they really going to keep pressuring me, right? They're really going to keep coming for this. So he secures the info, and he actually, with his death, draws them towards the lower site. Now, Device missed a couple on the way in, but cleaned up nicely. And it's pistols again. So ENCE, they don't back down. They don't seem to take a save whatsoever. It's a force buy in. Tech9's Deagle's smoke wall again.
Device, oh, he greets them both with a bullet. Anyone ahead of that smoke wall meets his AWP.
Is that the bomb loose as well? Yeah, this one's looking done already.
He confirms it. He is on the hunt, and he has got a bloodthirst in it today.
Almost got that one flashed.
Nearly. Just Hades to be finished off here. The whole squad bears down on his location. NIP could not only win the half, but they could find double digits here on the CT side. Keeping ENCE humble to 4 without anything in consecutive fashion is an achievement.
This is looking very good. NIP working up on the right side of the bed today as far as Nuke's concerned. Might be getting it done here on the 4th map of play. We do have Dust 2, the new Dust 2, as the final map if we need it. But right now, ENCE, with only 4 rounds to their name, not showing a lot, not a single player on the double digits just yet. And they might even have to take a save here. So they found themselves in a miserable position, having to take another timeout. They have 1 remaining in this map here. Now you see in the top right of your screen, started off overpass, strong stuff from NIP. The bounce back on Mirage from ENCE, their map choice, really good as well. A 16-7 victory. Ancients, where it really heated up, 16-14. I believe it was a 13-7 scoreline at one point in favor of ENCE, but unable to close. NIP still it away with some massive CT side performance. Device looking great. Double AWP's a key to that success, and the AWP continues to be a key for exactly that here on Nuke. 15 kills for Device now, 12 for Plopsky, 12 for Rez, 11 for Hampus, and LNZ on 6, but 9-4 the score reads, and likely to be 10-4 any moment now.
I see you tweeted about teleportation again, Chad. You thinking about that flight?
Tomorrow it's connections. Malta's not the easiest place to get to from Stockholm, apparently.
Well, they are connecting, but it's some damn thick corrugated iron. It doesn't quite break through. And Device will for his 16th. He's definitely going to be inflating these grand final stats.
Well, he was on track to get MVP, and I think he's going to continue that conversation here. I think it was Deha and Spinks were the other 2 names at the top of the list as far as the ENCE side of things would go. Device showing why he is one of the world's best. 4-time major winner. Getting himself back to another major, getting himself locked into the legend status.
And fighting fit. You know, we're seeing him at this form coming into, what, 16 days ahead of the biggest tournament in 2 years? Yes, please. Yes, please. And I'm sure NIP are saying the same thing in their boardroom, feeling this is, you know, this is what they were waiting for.
Spinks getting close now.
Spoke about his capacity. Hades, unfortunately, is the one that's been handed the dud hand. 1v2 and only 9 HP.
They did get a lot out of this, right? 3 kills when the round felt like it should have been done. So NIP, it's not going to come back to haunt them too badly here. There's not a lot Hades can do from this position. He would have to hit absolute screamers.
Oh, he did get a chance.
Yeah, definitely given an opportunity there. ENCE not going to get caught sleeping. We'll finish it off, and double digits reach 10. Just 6 more rounds necessary, and they can make it as easy as they like if they get to the 11-4 here. The pissed around in the second half, they convert. And on home soil, the home court advantage. It'd be nice to get a win here in Stockholm, knowing you're going to be in the exact same environment, or at least very similar in a couple weeks' time. This is boding very well now for the Swedes. And there's only 5 Swedes in attendance for this major, 4 of which are on this NIP roster. Olof is the 5th man.
It's not a lot of time to tidy up and trim the fat in your team coming into the major. Some teams securing the spot, but definitely having their own fair share of woes.
Oh, here's a woe. 4v5 immediately again here. ENCE, you're in trouble.
But NIP not going to be one of them. I mean, certainly going to be some hard work ahead of them, but looking at this, the fundamentals are sound, the individuals are comfortable, there is the superstar outlined. Rez has been a great second fiddle. And that's some confirmation, all attention drawn. Well-timed engagement.
Hello.
Hampus in support of Rez, and that is perfect. Really not going to be a whole lot of fun for Spinks on this first half. In fact, he's been kept to 5 frags. And now up against 5.
Well, if he was to continue hell towards ramp, he may have had 2 kills. I was saying that. Device just turned around. Might get caught back turned. And he does. Rez gets the kill. That's going to be 11-4 scores on the door. We're heading to half-time here in NIP. Not far away from picking up the trophy here in Stockholm. Looking good for IEM 4. We'll be back after the break.
Is for the Ninjas, and certainly picking up a trophy ahead of the big one will be a confidence booster, no doubt about that. We've got ENCE up against them, who have continued to, I mean, they came into this tournament as like they were not to be classified in the same category as the rest of the underdogs, and they've proven that. I mean, they are the ones here in the grand finals.
Yeah, they've shown they've had a bit of bite, and here they've definitely confirmed that. So, and setting themselves up on a bit of a pedestal, about to be knocked off by NIP. And we've got a slow pistol around the molly towards top heart. Smoke towards main, and away we go.
Great boy, Deher, and some chip damage. NIP down the vents in a very big way. The whole squad...
Snappy's already lower.
Okay, but the whole squad, other than Hampus, and nice shots out of Snappy. His early rotate has been rewarded. He's not punished immediately, and the backup is there. Long range from Rez. He taps 2 heads, and now Deher spotted out, up for another 1v3 in a pistol.
Isolated right now. One's upper, one's lower.
Oh, it's clean. Hampus just jumped straight into his jaws, and Rez has been handed a real damp squib. What's he supposed to do? Dancing with him on the site.
Oh my God, Deher.
Massive brain, legs spotted. Surely Deher with the 1v3 for ENCE. And no, Rez, with the low HP, he denies a potential comeback starter. Brutal. I mean, it looked great. Hades, Snappy, both in there, chipping away. They were in the right place, Chad.
Oh my Lord, and what a shot.
Can't believe Rez has handled business.
What a shot. He gets 3 kills in that round. Deher's done this, right? He's been able to bring this round back, and that one right there, that is a screamer of a shot right there.
He's so wise, because he knows, chances are, if he's on that bomb, the longer I cut noise and sit dark, he's rounding out. He's trying to read my walk.
That was really well played by Deher. They're just unfortunate in the final moments.
Rez is just a beast, unfortunately for him, and Snappy at least stops Hampus in his tracks.
They are going to get across here, right? And it could just be Hampus. You can see them cutting noise on this, not making any sound cues. And lobby space yet to be taken completely here by ENCE. So as they walk on down, saunter on into things. It is Doto lower, Spinks here in the vent as well. Things are about to get spicy. Oh, Dodo closing the door actually baits them in towards Spinks, I think.
Very much a possibility. They could have walked past him. If he goes unaccounted for, it's all about timing. He's got his own intuition and judgment will define his success rate. And that molly may not spread for him. Device knows we have not cleared the vents. Oh, he can push on this. And Device caught. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Weapon upgrades. Doto punishing. And down go the ninjas. ENCE, a lifeline arrives. Spinks and Doto to thank, and Linus with his toes down. The ladder they go. What a recovery. Snappy started that, but his individuals do deliver in the form of Spinks and Doto.
Yeah, we feel like DR should have won that pistol, right? So they got it back for their boy. And Spinks there just in the back lines, caught in enemy lines, so you can see Device just caught out. And this from Doto was fantastic here. The second one, brilliant. The first, yeah, mandatory, but the second was beautiful. And there's the Force by Wars again here. NIP bringing out some pistols of their own. A few smokes to work with. A bit harder to manifest a wall with what they're working with. So just trying to buy a bit of a rotation here towards Yard, turning their attention towards ramp, and they want to test Snappy in his domain. Only one for Snappy there. Looked good for a lot more. The damage is huge.
And here's the finish.
Plant's nice. Get that down. Ticking the box there. But to hold on to this bomb site with that HP up against what ENCE are bringing to the table here, I don't think so.
Yeah, Rez was good, but I don't think he's 2 HP, 4 kills good. ENCE would have to really slip on a banana skin to lose this one, and doesn't look like Diha has any intentions for that to happen. Quick clean of house. This is his low sight, and he... Oh.
Love tap. That's a love tap?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all in good fun.
Baby love.
It's all in good fun. He got a smile on his face right there. Definitely an unintentional, but Diha type it in chat, toxic. You know, we've all got a teammate who likes to get involved in that degree. But this here now actually gets some question marks going for the ENCE comeback. They will need to convert the next one here as easy as they can. Keep it clean. Make sure you're not, first of all, knifing your teammate in the back. But second of all, just hoping nobody dies at all. Deagles, P250s. Smoking a flash in play right here. Scout of Hades towards Yard. Already noted. 2 shots whistled by. Nade damage elsewhere. And Hampus, hold up a second. Device, hold up a second.
No.
Don't do them like this.
Not the deco.
Not like this. They can get both of these guns.
They're both retrievable. And that might incite Spinks!
Oh, come on!
Device! He is looking so damn comfortable today. These shots. It's daylight robbery.
A showstoppers right here.
They are. I jumped out of my chair. What a shot. And now Doto, at least with the first, it wasn't Device, and he knows he was around. Rez reveals himself with that silenced M4. He is being hunted up the ladder, so this could be the equalizer. Big find from Snappy. Good awareness. Kind of defined by Plopsky here.
Yeah, it's not going to clear this. No way. Oh, it doesn't need to. Device!
Come on!
3-1 digs.
He's doing it on his own, Chad. He's put the whole squad on his back, throwing them into his backpack, and carrying them to a 13th with nothing more than just the pistol. You got any more for us? No, no. Snappy, he has the kit. He has an incendiary, and he could have Plopsky completely caught out loud about it, running out of health and chances. But there is an absolute intervention from God, and he's called Device.
Focus up, focus up. How are you focusing after that? This was just some bangers here. Hampus kicks off proceedings. Device bangs out the scouter. That one was massive. Huge round from Device right there. Puts him on ice, and ENCE. Oh dear, they're going to be feeling the ramifications of that one. Just mentally, not in the buy, not reflected in the buy. They can get the guns back out, but mentally it's like, come on now. What do we got to do here? Oh, the Hades ult might not be expected. It is a glass cannon. The pace of NIP means it's likely they'll find out it is in play. They're not taking any chances here, not getting too aggressive. And it's everybody through lobby. No Yard presence whatsoever here from NIP.
Oh, that's perfect. Doesn't matter. Diha striking into Hampus. Device decides he wants some more. Device wants some more too. On the entry to the top side, glass cannon retake is gonna suck. Up the vent. That was a bit of a Hail Mary. Nothing to be reported.
Yeah, regretting that decision immediately, I think, for Doto there, but it is desperate. It's desperation stations right now. The scoreline is about to read 14-6 NIP. As Device starts hunting, Snappy, yeah, take a shot. You're going to be locked in towards this main position. Hades hasn't been able to move. Back of... Oh, there you go. Been able to move now. Does get a kill, buys the buffer. Snappy gets out, grabs himself an AK, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter right now. The Swedes +1 are looking fantastic. It's their map to lose at this point.
Yeah, he's got the score of about +2 at this point.
If you were here for map number 1, you would have heard me mentioning the fact that we had, well, the majority of players, 8 of which in this matchup right here have never won a notable trophy. Device has 28, Rez has 1, the rest have 0.
Sorry, it sounded like you said Device has 28.
Device has 28. Yep.
Four-time major champion.
That's just, it's another day at the office here for Device, but for the rest of the boys, it's not. So this still is going to mean a lot for Hampus, Plopsky, LNC. This victory here is going to be a big one, a best-of-5 final on LAN in the lead-up to the major.
Yeah, and they are within touching distance now. Okay, and that's a chance. Snappy firing off his scout, and I wouldn't be brave enough to repeat that either. Hampus caught on his advance, a big one and back from LNZ. And it's a bit too deep. I don't know if Doto's going to operate under the assumption that there's no vision. Yeah, leads to his demise. Warp on the top site can be easily overwhelmed. Hades might have to take some initiative and some space here. Plenty of time for the boys of the Ninjas to regroup. Ascertain where they want to finish. And, well, it seems like top site. So Snappy will call for aid.
Ooh.
Down the vents. Again. Linus onto Snappy. They have the info.
Bomb's lower.
Spotted. And they know that the closest rotate would have been that from Diha. Device booked. Hades, a good shot, but needs another. The no-scope's not far off, and there's your 15th. Rez in hot pursuit of Device's frag total there with some heavy contributions.
Well, guess what, ENCE, they're out of money. It's going to be a low buy here. Scouts, again, we're going to have to see more of those coming out. They've been a permanent fixture of this CT side for ENCE. And desperate, that seems to be the key word here. What a showing it's been from ENCE to make it all the way to the grand final. Mission was accomplished when they qualified for that major. But yesterday, what a show they put up against Astralis here. They're being stumped. NIP looking great. Dropping one map, Mirage, but everything else has been fantastic. That Ancient game delivered.
Deep map pool, yeah. Ancient, what a recovery from them. 13-7 down, Chad. And closing that one out. Hades, a lot of damage. 2 scout bullets lodged now into the Kevlar of the Ninjas. If Rez pokes his head up, one release of his key, and Hades could knock his head clean off. Won't maybe expect this high red player. It's Device. Yeah, that is a good catch.
Looked fantastic on the rifle. Ancient, he was popping off with the rifle as well here, so showing his diversity. And once again, it's just a really good sign to see this level Device in the server right now as ENCE scrambling, a man down 4v5. They know what this feels like. Traditionally, they just go for an info play. They try and find something, try and claw something back. They like to fight, but right now, they're stumped.
Snappy. Not going to be happy. Down he goes. 3 players remain for ENCE. NIP, just a matter of time, and the info gathered. Doto does slip the vents. It does lead to a Spinks frag.
Here in time, they can contest this, and they have to. Bombs down, 40 seconds. Here we go.
And Z could eat this flash. Turns. Multiple targets. This could be it. Ninjas in Pyjamas need 2 more clicks of the mouse. It's only Spinks and Diha. It's only Diha. His dig's good. Already 2 from it. They've partnered up. It's an open plant. He is going to relocate the doors, and now 2 different angles of